How's it going, everybody? It's Alex here in Ultimate Slow Eagle. We're playing some more Torch Trophy. In the last video, we did the 250cc model competition series. I apologize for the lack of commentary in that last vid. Truth told, it was a really tense day, so I really don't want to speak a whole bunch, and I'm not going to spread it on YouTube. So, let's leave it at that. This one wasn't too bad. Alright, first 5 race championship, Super Sports 600, that's what we're going to be doing today. 5 bikes, the 600RR, R6, the GSX, the Gixxer 600, the G6R, and the Daytona 650. So, 5 tracks, and we are Tsukuba, Autumn Ring, Deep Forest, Midfield, and then Grand Valley. And I'm going to be using the Suzuki today, because this Suzuki is a rocket ship. Well, 600 is kind of the rocket ships anyway, because they're the level, like the number 2 super bikes, right behind the big boys, the 1 liter or the 1000cc bikes. 1000cc and 1 liter, they're both the same thing, really. Displacement wise, they're both the exact same thing. Okay. And we're all against the usual contenders for 600s, the Yamaha, the Kawasaki, and the Honda. Well, I'm in the Suzuki. Oh, this is real tight with this bike. And one thing I didn't quite get with my homeboy Raymond with this game is how come the Ninja 6R has a bigger engine than the other 3 contenders. For those of you that aren't aware, the CBR 600RR, the R6, and Gixxer 600 have all 600cc engines. 599, 600, same thing really. And the Ninja has a 636cc engine. I'm like, what is that all about? I don't know. Okay, and I'm ahead of the R6. This first one will be quick because it's Tsukuba, relatively short and simple track. I had to redo the blue one because it didn't save for some reason. Well, I have the autosave feature there to say the autosave doesn't work sometimes. I have no idea. That's a polyphony error there. But it's all good though, I'm all caught up now. So, yeah. Alright, halfway through the race events now. Just got the other 11 now. And we also got the second of 5 Suzuka 8-hour bikes of that year. 2005. The YSP and Presto R1, alongside the Trickstar Ninja 10R has a friend. Let's see if we can get something good in this tournament, because the 125 tournament was pretty disappointing. The RG250 Gamma stock bike, which I don't mind having, but boy, kind of disappointing because we're unlocking race bikes now. And there are only 4 events for the street bikes. But it's all good though. unlike TZ250, these 600 bikes can keep up real good. So you better know what you're doing, especially if you forget that chicane exists in this game. I think this is the only time in a racing game where the chicane exists for Tsukuba. There may be others. If there are any others that have the Tsukuba chicane, just let me know in the comments. And again, with the capture cards, since this is a PlayStation 2 game, I'll probably need something totally different to help get this working on OBS if I decide to reinstall it. And again, I don't have a desktop computer, so kind of stuck with the camera, unfortunately. But I'll make it work. I'll make the playthrough work somehow. Easy. This track, super piss easy. 5-6 minutes, that's nothing. Yeah, there we go. There are 5 races in total, so it's going to be a little longer than the usual 3 that we've been facing. 3 races we've been facing so far. Alright, race number 2 at Autumn Ring. Let's do this. Now, I don't have all the 600 bikes. I don't have the Daytona bike yet, race bike yet, so nothing I can do about that Triumph restriction right at the moment. But once I get that bike, I'll come back to this championship and do it with that Triumph bike. But for right now, I'm just stuck with the Japanese bikes. So doing a little bit of backtracking once I get that Triumph. It might be the same thing with a couple other championships, so if you know, you know. Yeah. This blue really signifies this this bike. matches the bike. Probably would match that Yamaha a little better, but it's all good. Let's rock and roll. And while uploading this past week's uploads, I had forgotten to take down the recordings I did 2 weeks ago. So my file reader was a little bit off. But it was all good though. I got it all figured out. So uploads from here on should be back on track. Now with Underground 1, I may try and show you all the cars, but because of the trade-in rebate and cost eventually maybe being an issue, some of them some of the parts you may just see the same car quite a few times, especially near the end, but just so you know, I'll use as many as I can, and I'll make a bonus video in the end, me driving all the cars in Underground 2, well, Underground 1. I'm probably going to do the same thing with, I'm not sure, oh, I did the same thing in Burnout 3 in both versions, and I did the same thing in Revenge as well. Except for a few kiosk cars I can't get anymore. The Best Buy Oval Racer, the GameStop car, thank you. Mind. I could never get the Game Crazy car though. That's fine. I really didn't care. Or about the DLC and that 360 version of Burnout Revenge. And I've already shown all the cars in the Dominator as well. I've shown some of the Burnout Legends cars already. I may be mistaken, but I think I did. Because some of the other collector cars that I didn't show on the game channel, they're already on YouTube. Because they're being used in some of the Crash Junctions and Legends. So, yeah. I'm now, if I do the PSP and the DS, 3DS games, I'm gonna have to place the console real close to the camera and the camera real close to me, so it's not gonna be a very pleasant experience, but it's all good. I'm sure we'll figure it out. And it's also June 1st, so I hope everybody is going to have a wonderful summer. I'm probably going to have a great summer. also every other Sunday I've been going bowling lately, so I do it because bowling's pretty fun. So I'm doing the bumpers because, again, I'm incredibly out of practice with that game, with real bowling. Thanks to this game and the first Gran Turismo, I've gotten a lot better in most of the tracks, than most of the first game's tracks anyway. Ring, Trial Mountain, Deep Forest, Grand Valley, I've gotten a lot better in most of these tracks in this game series. So, and not too long ago, I got all golds in all the licenses in GT1 in my save file, one of my save files. Wasn't too terribly difficult to do. Also, when I do get to the PlayStation 1 games, since some of them are the game show games anyway, I'll probably just record one game of each of them. One of Family Feud, one with Jeopardy, and the second edition of Millionaire for PlayStation 1, of course. And Millionaire second edition DVD is the same one with Regis in it, and Regis before Mega vs. Soul. He was a fantastic host. Same thing with Jeopardy. It was the 1998 version. So, where Alex Trebek's hair is starting to get all gray and stuff. Again, Alex Trebek, may God rest his soul. And PS1 Family Feud with Louis Anderson. Now, I know jack shit about Louis Anderson hosting Family Feud because I've never seen an episode of Family Feud hosted by him. I've watched the ones with Richard Dawson, Richard Karn, John O'Hurley, and Steve Harvey, of course. And Millionaire, I've seen of Regis Philbin, Meredith Vieira, Cedric Tanner, a little bit of Terry Crews, Chris Harrison. Chris Harrison, he was so boring as a host. I'm sorry. To anyone that likes Chris, I'm sorry. But Chris Harrison was just so boring. Plus, the syndicated show's gone to shit, going to shit by that point. So, who cares, really? And I've seen other countries in Millionaire. Australia, Ireland, UK, Chris Tarrant, and Jeremy Clark, and a little bit of Jeremy Clarkson as well. I mainly watched the Millionaire with Meredith Vieira. Ooh, yeah, that last turn may be an issue with this bike. Only a second, so I need to really be careful about that last turn. Anyways, Millionaire, back with my family, when I was a kid, we watched Millionaire with Meredith Vieira, of course, and as a kid, I've watched a little bit of Regis's Millionaire. They even did the 10-year anniversary a millionaire when I was 6, 7 years old. Regis Sena, which I actually enjoyed. Except the Ken Basin $1 million question. Well, Ken Basin, he was an okay contestant. He was a smart contestant and all, but he was so smug and pretty arrogant, especially in his last few questions. But at 100,000, he wasted that double dip. Like, the Gremlins question, that was so easy, because I actually watched the Gremlins movie. One, the rules were, don't feed it after midnight, don't get it wet, and fuck, what was that rule? And since it was Millionaire versus the Clock, at that point, Ken Basin, he was the only person to get past the 500,000 question. So he had an opportunity to walk away with 500,000. But instead, he just made a pretty stupid move of going at the $1 million question, falling for a trap with the audience. Because the audience didn't like the Ken Basin, whatever. I just thought Ken was just full of himself. And I did see the limited edition Super Millionaire with Regis as well, with the $10 million jackpot. And of course, the famous Bobo Essig contestant. That show had a lot of potential, but why make it only 5 nights for February and May of 2004? Why make it only that 5 days? Like, try making it a show. An actual show instead of just a limited time. It made the questions ridiculously difficult and obscure, but at the same time, why not just make it the same as the usual money tree? The 100, 200, 300, so on money tree. The same difficulty. Then you'd probably get a lot of money ahead of time. I think it was just a pull for the money, I think. I don't know. Oh, yeah. A little too much speed there. And seeing the Millionaire on the PlayStation 1, the people in the rest of the world, y'all are lucky. You have all the time in the world to answer the question. Us Americans, we only have 30 seconds to answer the question. Like, how the fuck is that fair? Even on the PC, like, only 30 seconds. Like, how the fuck is that fair? Guaranteed the Wii version and DS version and the old school Android music were all timed too, but again, they were fitting with the clock version at that time, so who am I to judge, really? also have Jeopardy on the Wii as well. I tell you, the Wii version of Jeopardy, the Mii's just make the contestants look very, very odd. And the Wii version, when they made out Trebek into a Mii, it was hilarious, but very, very hard to look at the eyes. It's just so odd. Alright, race number 3 down. Alright, just now we gotta keep on going. We got 2 more races now? I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Okay, race number 4. We are going to Midfield Raceway. Alright. Let's do it. Return that infamous kink after that sweeper. Oh boy. Let's just hope I can get ahead of everybody. Break. Same thing with my Wii games and some of my other consoles that I have versions of. And Kinetic, who gives a shit about that? Alright, first place. Now for my PS1 Let's Plays, I only have the one memory card on my PS1, so I might end up having to buy another one for Let's Plays, and I'll just label that one Let's Plays, because the other one I'm kind of using that for my own saves off camera. And I'm gonna need to get another disc for Millionaire 2nd Edition because dialogue kind of cuts off at mid-sentence, so I tried it like a few weeks ago and it's chopping out and cutting off. So I might need a new disc. Some of my old discs are dropping like flies, so actually nice and warm today. And I think the rain is finally starting to clear up now. It's been raining non-stop for the last couple of weeks. Let's see. Keep getting it in my weather forecast though, but nothing's happening, really. So I don't know if it's Apple weather being stupid or inconsistent or what. Or it may just be happening at night. So kink is really annoying to deal with in a bike. It's weaving in them bends. So this first one's probably not as long as I thought it was going to be. I guess the only long ones were Autumn Rain, Grand Valley, maybe Deep Forest. But overall, this championship's not really that bad. Maybe 20-30 minutes. About the same time as the 250 bike. Except that one just had 3 races and they were all relatively long. You know, Suzuka, Motegi, and Infineon. I'm making it work though. And also, I counted the tutorial as... the game counted the tutorial as one event, but I said tutorial doesn't really count for an event. I said that's the tutorial, event number 0. And this 1 through 5, the first 5 events of each type were just all the event there. And then, of course, the other events from then on, or the percentage. So my counts are maybe a little off in Underground 1, but sure, 5 events per 5 events per part. Go on from there. Well, not counting the 23-minute race time for this championship. I'm not counting all the qualifying. So, take another 10-15 minutes. First place. All right. I saw YouTuber Greninja playing Tools of Destruction. He had kind of the same complaint I had about the game's challenge mode. Even with the strongest armor, 65% damage resistance with the Trillium armor. Still die within 2 or 3 hits. So I'm like, that armor's fucking useless. That armor's fucking useless, because they're still gonna die no matter what. But I decided to take the armor anyway to just die a little bit less, because that other armor, one I paid $300,000 for, I knew it wasn't gonna last me forever. So I said, fuck it, just get on through. So yeah, in conclusion, with that armor, based off what I've seen, I just said when Tools of Destruction, easily the most difficult challenge mode in the series, by far. By far, not even Size Matters tops it with its crappy weapon system upgrade. Good limitations. And the only difficult thing with Secret Agent Clank was the game's boss Clunk. So, even then, that was at the very end. Going Commando and Uyas. The only difficult part about challenge mode was the very beginning, where you're buying your first mega weapon and listed almost all your bolts. Even worse when you don't have the strongest armor. But it's all good though. If you follow the strategy I use, buy the Mega Heavy Lancer first and buying the Tesla Barrier right afterwards, and then just working your way up to the most expensive Mega weapons, you'll pretty much be good to go. It's just the last few Mega weapons take forever to upgrade though. A lot of the Mega weapons took a long time to upgrade, not gonna lie. But I got them all upgraded because of Ghrelin being a very good spot to upgrade your weapons. Ghrelin, Demoiselle, Smolg, even a little bit of Beetle alongside. Those are really good places to upgrade your weapons. And of course, Ouya with the infamous Bolt City trend on Koros. You get a lot of bolts really fast, and also you can upgrade your weapons very, very quickly. That's something I did with my Let's Play with Ouya, especially since I didn't have all my weapons upgraded yet the first time round. And then the Mega weapons, upgrading them very, very fast. Although with the Rhino upgrades are awesome and all, but the Rhino Incinerator in that game, it just hurts my eyes every time I keep using it, because it does the supernova thing and then the screen just goes white. It's like seeing an incredibly bright light, speed of light level light, so it's not a very pleasant experience. For PS5 games, again, I'll also get an SSD drive for that console, like I do with my Xbox One and my PS4. Because I've already used up over half the system's hard drive, and I only have 6 related games for it. And I've already done over half of them already. Minus all the achievements and stuff, of course, but Sonic Frontiers, some of the other stuff is bloody useless to complete, really. Same thing with Origins. MK1, I could definitely see with Combat League and doing a character tower third character and all, but balancing a fight with the cameo is definitely a lot to ask for. heard of the Invincible Versus game coming out. I have not seen an episode of Invincible. I might end up having to see that. I'm currently at The Boys right now, and I'm already at halfway through season 2. I might watch some more of it tonight. Anthony Starrs does a fantastic job as Homelander. Homelander is... he's a great villain now, but at the same time he's really insufferable. His tendencies, crybaby tendencies, and the narcissism, and of course the undisciplined fighting, it's so frustrating to look at. Butcher is incredibly funny, despite him kind of being an asshole. And Huey, Annie, I definitely enjoy them. Mother's Milk, Frenchie, Kimiko. I feel so sad for Kimiko because she was taken in as a soldier. Her brother dies in season 2 because of one of the soups. And this Compound V is pretty much drugs for superheroes. So, Compound V is pretty much steroids on steroids. Pretty much makes soups on steroids. Compound V is pretty much a superhero on steroids. Alright, and with that, we have this championship in the bag. Well, filming wise. I still gotta go back and do it. The other 600 bikes I already got. That probably won't take too long. How long did it take? 50 minutes, so about 30-ish minutes. Minus the qualifying and all that. So not too terribly long. It's just the other Superbike Championships are going to be even longer than that. I might end up having to stream that one. And I've got a helmet, I don't care. And we have the third Super Suzuka 8R bike, the Milwaukee Motel Tiger Racing CBR 1000 RR, number 19. Incredible. Same kind of finish as the other Milwaukee bike we already got. I'm just getting the info of it out of the way. Finished 15th, 7th in the JSB class in the 2005 season of Suzuka 8Rs, completing 190 laps. Driven by Naoki Matsudo. Wow, he was the only driver. He was the only rider in that bike. The other bikes had like 2 or 3 and the suit along with it. And the special racing number 1, thank you, I will take that. So pretty easy race overall. And oh god, 1000cc. Oh boy. Next one's gonna be the first long one. Alright, let's go ahead and change gear and get ahead for the next race we're doing. Light and silver, why not? Do I have any air gloves? No, I do not. That works. There we go. That rider gear is set for the next event. And with that, we are 73.7% done with the game. So with that, that is it for today, y'all. Next time we're doing the Superbike 1000 event. Until then, have a great